Hello guys, this is a tier list of all the cards in Clash Royale. In the F tier are cards that need a major buff or a complete rework. Starting with Clone, I think they should make it so it is 2 elixir but has a cap on the value of elixir it clones, like it would have cap on 10 or 15 elixir, whichever is more balanced. The reason it should have a cap is because it used in beatdown, so cards are near each other, so no cap would be broken. Furnace is bad because it easily countered with spells and ranged troops, so I would increase health and lifetime so it is less fragile to spells, and increased lifetime means more spirits, so maybe fragile troops like Princess or Ice Wizard would die to the spirits.
Witch and Wizard both weak due to the fact they die to Fireball plus any spell, so they are too easy to kill. I would increase both of theirs, so don't to Fireball plus Zap or Fireball plus Snowball. I would increase Skeleton spawn rate by 0.5 seconds and increase Wizard range by half a tile. I think 3 Musketeers I would reduce deployment for it to be 1.5 seconds. Elixir Golem is garbage because of how easy it is to counter, so I would make it so when it dies there is an area of damage like the Golem, but it does less damage but still enough to kill skeletons, but not enough for spear goblins. Minion Horde dies too easily to spells, so I would make so the minions are way spread apart and increase minion troop damage by 3 to 7%. The only buff I could give is either make so the card 1 or 2 levels lower but is the same elixir, or make so it's 1 more level but cost half an elixir more. Before I thought half an elixir was stupid, a card has to be an elixir higher, however the elixir golem blobs and golemites give your opponent half an elixir. I would like to add that potentially the elixir golem if cloned shouldn't give elixir for the cloned units. Barbarian Hut is garbage. I could suggest making 5 elixir but removing the death barbarian, but I think increasing health by 10 or 15% is a better change. I think X-Bow needs to be deleted, but if not possible would increase damage by 3 to 5%. I would not recommend buffing X-Bow more as it's a very toxic card. Freeze should have increased damage to be able to kill goblins, or increase tower damage by 200% so it deals as much as Zap or Snowball. Skeleton dragons should be more spread out and health increased to the point where does not die to arrows plus Zap, and if that's not enough potentially damage could increase by 6 to 10%. For the next cards there isn't as many changes to make, so I will go quicker. Night Witch needs a small health buff and a small damage buff to make her viable outside of clone. I think Skeleton Barrel and Army could use more skeletons. Lumberjack and Ice Golem can use a health buff. Battle Healer and Rocket can use more damage. Princess should have more splash for her attack, and Goblin Barrel should have spawn damage like Goblin Drill. Elixir Pump should have more HP. Giant could get a speed buff. I think a lot of cards fall between meta and horrible, so those should the same and be prioritized later but not now. Royal Giant should receive a health nerf. Log should deal less knockback depending the mass of the troop, it would do less knockback to a golem than archers and receive a crown tower nerf. Ice Spirit should have the freeze last 0.1 second less and goblins should deploy time increased. Fireball and Poison should get some damage to crown tower nerfs. Barbarian Barrel should be a little slower but not much. Firecracker Evolution should die to arrows, and Night Evolution should have been shielded by 30%. Evolved are already getting nerfed, so they can just get that nerf and be left alone. And Tornado should have a slight radius nerf. Champions and Phoenix are not on this tier list, but except for Golden Knight have dash distance increased and Phoenix Egg nerfed to die to Zap and Snowball.